is going through what they go through today, but without sort of the knowledge that they have and the parents sort of not wanting to.
And the freedom, I suppose.
Yeah, and all that sort of going on, and that inner turmoil then, and how they all sort of cope with that.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's accompanied then with so the language is quite similar to the original play. It's based on a play, but then it's accompanied then with a rock score. So you've got a really nice contrast. So when they go into their songs, it's like their inner thoughts and turmoil, all accompanied with rock.
That sounds really interesting. Yeah. It is hard work being a teenager, from what I remember, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And in the cast, have you got teenagers playing the teenagers?
Yeah. I think our oldest is 20, and our youngest is 17. So yeah,
I wonder if it's helped them sort of playing these parts in their own journey through teenagers.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's nice for them to see that we all sort of go through it. I think even us, like when I'm directing it as well, you can all sort of connect to when you were that age and what it's like and the things you sort of go through. But they've dealt with it really maturely because it's quite dark in places as well, but they've sort of approached it with a real mature sense.
And how long is it running for?
So yeah, we opened last night and we're there till Friday, so it's only a short little run. Yeah, at the Dylan Thomas Theatre. So yeah.
But people can still get tickets?
Yeah, tickets still available, yeah. You can,
and how do they get those?
They can contact us on the number 07414 823347, but tickets available on the door as well, or just call in the Dylan. And
so have you done much directing before this?
Yeah, quite a lot, yeah. So I trained as an actor myself first, went on to do a postgrad in directing young people in Central in London, and yeah, I've done quite a lot of...
You still act as well?
Yeah, not as much as I want to, hoping to get back into it now. Hopefully got a few things in the pipeline. But
difficult to put all hats on at once.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just do seem to be able to balance so many plates at the same time, because you're a voice coach and you're director, musical director, actress and singer.
Wow. Yeah, so with a voice coach, that must help when you're directing, because of course helping people to project and look after their voice at the same time.
Definitely.
Quite important.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, and it's nice to be able to sort of switch between the two and know when they need like maybe a little bit more voice work rather than directing as such. And yeah, it's nice to be able to switch back and forth.
And as a voice coach, do you think you could teach anybody to sing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really, very quick answer, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people they sort of put off. It's a very personal thing to share your voice. And I like being able to work with people and help unlock that. But I think, you can. It's a muscle. You can train it just as if you wanted to go to the gym and make yourself bigger. Yeah. You can train your voice to do what you want it to do.
Oh, I might be in touch then.
Yeah, definitely.
I suppose a lot of it's confidence as well, isn't it? So perhaps you give somebody the confidence.
I think so, yeah. And I think the more you do it and it becomes the norm. I think there's that quote, isn't it? And I really can't remember who said it, but it's, you never get rid of the nerves, you just get more comfortable with being that nervous.
Yes.
I can't remember who quoted that. Famous actor, someone did.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Pete was also saying you do a very unusual technique.
Still method, isn't
it? Oh,
it's
it's not. I don't know whether I'd say unusual. It's getting more and more popular. It's the still model. So rather than a technique, it's a model. It's based on the basically the understanding of the primary function of the larynx and how that works.
Okay, sounds very scientific.
Yeah, it is. It's all based on research and science and basically how the voice works. So yeah, it's really good. And I think once you sort of can tap into that, it really sort of unlocks it, and it sort of takes the emotion out of it. So you can look at it as like, right, this is how it works. I've just got to do X, Y, Z and to get the results I want.
Yeah. Fantastic. So you're taking a little bit of time to come here today. So this afternoon, are you doing another rehearsal?
Yeah, we're just back in tonight now, just to run a couple of things before we open again tonight. But it's all ticking along nicely now. So
that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It must be very stressful at the run up to.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with your nerves?
I get nervous at different things. I'm okay in the run-up with directing because you're so busy, and then it's right before we sort of start, I get the thing of, and I get nervous for them, I think, especially because they're young. I know they can all do it and they're brilliant, but you sort of, you want it to go well for them because they've worked so hard. You want it to be a good experience for them as well.
Yeah.
You've usually directed internationally, but it's the first time that you've brought your company to Swansea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And this is quite a cutting-edge piece of theatre, and it's been mentioned that this is the most important score, or the favourite score that's come out in this particular decade of any Broadway show. So it's
quite an accolade, isn't it?
Beautiful music.
Yeah, it's very different music-wise. It almost isn't like a musical. You could sort of put the cast album on as a a rock album. It's sort of yeah, it doesn't feel like a musical. It's a very different sort of experience.
Because some people really don't like musicals, so they find them too sort of things. Personally, I'm a huge fan, but I know some people, so it would appeal to them as well.
I think so, definitely. Yeah, it's not the typical sort of kick line, song and dance, and as much as I love them too. Yeah, but it's very, very. It feels much more like a rock concert. We got the band on stage as well, and with all the lights going, it's very definite split from the sort of play into the.
So it sounds quite high energy as well as being.
Yeah, very high energy.
That's the storyline.
Yeah, we've had a fantastic choreographer in as well. I should give her a mention, Megan Alina. So she's a past graduate as well from where I trained in Trinity in Carmarthen, and she's done a fab job as well. Yeah.
Oh, it must be lovely to see it coming together.
Yes, well, I was in to see the last but one rehearsal, and I must say that there was so much energy being used, and then, it's a different sort of set and the different sound as well, and, thank you for bringing it to Swansea.
Oh, welcome.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's so successful. You'll have to sort of keep it going. Is there plans to tour it? Or?
I'd love to. Yeah, it's always a little bit fiddly, like with the licensing and working around that. But yeah, I think we aim to keep going further and further with everything we do. So yeah, hopefully, it'd be nice too.
Have you thought about how you're going to relax once the curtain goes?
I don't know, but another show straight after with another.
All right.
Yeah, we've got Children of Eden coming up as well. So it's kind of straight onto that, which is how it's been for the past couple of months. So I don't know, I need to plan a nice big holiday or something.
Well, Christmas is coming. Are you relaxing over Christmas?
Yeah, I will relax over Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we are then, isn't it? That's one thing, yes.
But Blue Bee has done some very interesting works already with Dogfight, and I'm just trying to think the others that if you'd like to mention, which other ones you've been doing.
So we did Dogfight, we've done Bonnie and Clyde, Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Beautiful Game. So
The Beautiful Game was excellent.
Different to go down the modern route.
I was going to say, how do you sort of choose your stories? What sort of inspires you? Where does it all come from?
I think for me personally, I'm always driven. I think I always sort of think more the music side first. My fiance also works in the company with me, and he's very good at he really likes the story. So together, it's kind of matching that up. I'm sometimes led more musically the route I want to go down. But yeah, I think the modern stuff seems to work, and it seems to be what the young people want to tackle as well. They like being a part of something that maybe hasn't been done a lot, or
edgy.
Yeah, I think they can feel they take it a bit more ownership then. Yeah.
Do you find with teenagers as well, they want to be in something that's slightly rebellious?
I think
matches,
so.
I think, is there a teenager out there that's not rebellious?
Yeah, I think so, and it's nice to be able to, definitely in this show, they get to just let rip and
and get away with it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No one can sort of tell them off for it. It's in the script.
Yeah. Have you had their parents being concerned with any of the material that they're being exposed to?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. We've had to be very sensitive with some scenes, and we've had sort of certain closed rehearsals for some scenes and stuff.
Can you give us an example without giving too much away? And it's a lunchtime show. So
just some dark themes. I mean, most people know what it's like to go through teenagers and first times with things, and it's all that type of stuff going on. So.
You said that it was originally written in the 1800s, was it?
Yeah, it's a play. Spring Awakening is a play. Yeah,
it was banned. It was actually banned at that time.
Yeah, the play's very dark, even more dark.
But today's so different, isn't it? How have you sort of made it modern in the fact of what teenagers deal with today, with social media, with drugs, and everything else that they go through? Is it all in there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's dealing with the things they go through now, even though it's set back then. Like I say, when it sort of jumps into the music side of it, the songs, it becomes, all of a sudden the language becomes more modern. They're not using the old-fashioned language, that's more modern. And it has actually been interesting doing it without the sort of influence of the characters as such, then don't have social media and don't have, it's interesting to just sort of bring it right down to what it is and how, because in a lot of way I think social media's made things, can make things worse as well, can it? As well as better. They got access to stuff, but sometimes it's too much as well. And
I think that goes along for all of us, doesn't it? Being able to access things too many times. Yeah. It sounds so interesting. Have you been to see it already, Keith?
Well, as I say, I'm seeing it tonight, aren't I? Yes, after my radio show, I'm popping down there. So it'd be interesting to have seen the transition then from the last but one rehearsal to the playing.
It sounds really good. Well, best of luck with it all, and thank you for coming in to tell us all about it. And you must come in with some of the other stuff that you've done as well.
I'd love to, we'd love to,
We're going to take a quick break, and after the break we'll be joined by Rebecca Wedlake, our resident osteopath.